Yo, so hi. Yes, I'm here today with somebody we like to see. Yes, Father Adam, the first man on earth. Woo! Sir, welcome. Thank you. I have a few questions for you. Number one question: why did you leave your wife alone in the Garden of Eden? Because if you were there, I believe if you were there, the serpent wouldn't have been able to deceive your wife. So, why did you leave her? Leaving her in chapter 3 of Genesis, leaving her to have time. Sister, why did you leave her? Where were you? That is serious. First of all, I never left her. Yeah, I hear many of you say I left her. If I had been there, she wouldn't have eaten this, she wouldn't have eaten that. The thing is, I never did. I was there. Let's see Genesis chapter 3. Genesis chapter 3 and in verse 6. So when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and it was pleasant to the eyes, and the tree desirable to make one wise, she took of its fruit and ate, and also gave to her husband who was with her. Gave it to her husband who was with her. The husband was with her. I was there. Never left. But you know how these things.
That's true.
I know women. Sometimes you just have to. I don't know. I don't want to talk much there, but I just want you to know that I was there. I was there. Thank you. Because if a woman, your wife, asks you to do something and there's where she's going to look you later. I don't know if you understand. So I was with her. Thank you. Final question. Something you did as very you have mind though. In chapter 3 of Genesis, after disobeying God, God sent you and your wife out of the garden. If you ask me, I would have just taken my time, or just cry more, be remorseful, and trust God for restoration. But in your case, after God drove you out in chapter 3, the next thing we saw, chapter 4 from verse 1. Ooh! The Bible says you slept with mommy and then she gave birth. That was too fast to me. You just committed an offense. You backslided. That's the right word to use. You backslided and then you got punished. In fact, God just placed a curse. He placed a curse on you, on your wife, and even on the ground. So why you just started giving birth immediately? That's serious to me. These my children. I know many of you have this question in mind. I offended God. I felt I was chasing out of the garden, and the next thing is to impregnate my wife. And I didn't just impregnate my wife. I had to fulfill God's purpose. First thing I want you to know is that because you fell, because you backslided, it's not enough to throw God's plan for your life away. It's not enough to throw away God's purpose. This is the mistake many of you, my children, have made over the years. God called many of you, appointed many of you, destined many of you for greatness, but along the line, many of you fell into sin. Some gave birth out of wedlock. Some impregnated. people they are not married to. Some went ahead, did all manner of evil, and they were punished, and that closed the chapter of their life. It shouldn't be like that. These things happen. These things happen. At some point in our lives, we are human, we may fall, but that shouldn't keep you on the ground. Rise up. Because I fell, I got punished. Yes, I have enough reason to just give up, but I remember God's promises to me. I remember God's assignment to me in Genesis chapter 1 and in verse 28. You can start from verse 27 also. He said that, and God blessed me, and he said to me, be fruitful, be multiplied, be replenished. He said, take dominion. That was his promises to me. My assignment is to be fruitful and multiply. But along the line, I fell. That shouldn't stop me from fulfilling my assignment. My children, you know I love you all. Some of you were called into ministry. Some of you were called into music ministry, drama ministry. Some were called into the evangelism ministry, pastoral ministry, all manner, healing ministries. But along the line, you fell. That's what makes you human. That's what makes you human. You fell, yes. So what are you still doing on the ground? Peter denied God. Yes, God in human form, Jesus Christ. He denied Jesus in the flesh 3 times. Yet Peter became the head of the church. He didn't hang himself and say, I've done. You know what it means to deny Jesus? No matter what you have done, pick up your pieces and get back to work. Fulfill your purpose. Because you've fallen doesn't mean you shouldn't stand up and dust yourself and move. Oh, wow. So, did you hear what he just said? Because you have fallen in a way, because you backsliding in a way, shouldn't keep you down. You can still, wow. Thank you very much, Adam. My regards to Mommy Eve.